Good afternoon and welcome once again to the TBS Cricket Oval. It is the Nigerian Super League. Again, clearly, third place match is Central Eagles versus Northern Lions. And this afternoon, couple of minutes ago, we had that man there at the toss, and they will tell us how it went down.
And two teams who will be meeting for the third time for the third place in the Nigerian Super League. It will be the Northern Lions and the Central Eagles. Coming from my close right, it will be the skipper of the Northern Lions, Sylvester Okwe, skipper of the Central Eagles, Peter Ho, and our third umpire of the day, Sukomi. The home team will take the toss for us. Heads will be the call, and head it will be skipper of the Central Eagles. What will you be doing today? Any projected score you're looking to restrict the Northern Lions to?
I will just try to restrict them to the barest minimum.
Thank you very much. And we'll be calling the skipper of the Northern Lions. You've been sent into bat first. Original plan?
We'll go with anything. It's a short format, so we'll just play the game.
I know you always like to say you don't want to restrict. You are always looking for the maximum or minimum. But this time around, any score you look to put on the board?
You already said it's looking for the maximum.
Thank you very much. And that will be it in the toss. The Central Eagles winning the toss and electing to take to the field first.
And that's the news from the center. It is Central Eagles. That captain Peter Howard won the toss and decided to bowl. Umpires for this afternoon are clearly that man Wale Adekoya. Clearly season one, you can call him and Ramon Adelakun. It has been a wet day in Lagos, Nigeria. And thus, these overs of games are shot into 5 and over. Power play will be 1.3 overs. And the team sheet for today clearly defines Abdul Rashid Okpeyemi for Central Eagles, Ayoku, Karim, Chima, Akachuku, Emmanuel Boniface, Emmanuel Oladejo, Ifeanyi Ubo, Mashood Mohammed, Peter Aho will lead this side, Peter Isari, and Samson Adeboye. For Northern Lions, that man again will experience, will be leading his side, Okpe Sylvester, Elijah Saturday, Jimmy is on the side, Eweka, Ogbemudia, Hosanna Omokiobo, Isaac Onyemba, Okasha Isiaku, Kere Isesele, Becky Mubarak, Karim Ridwan, Miracle Solomon, Abdullahi, Abdul Ganiyu, Abdullahi, and Selim Mogaji Akorede. We will be expecting the fielders to take the field now. It is the Northern Lions who will be looking to dominate this one. But hey, you can't tell because it's just 5 overs. To join me in the comms box today is AJ Boris. Of course, you'll be hearing in a short while Ajidak Baoluwaseun, that man who loves his sports and understands the rhythm around here. Peter already you saw the toss will also be in the comms box. Interestingly, it is 5 overs apiece and we'll be starting in a moment. AJ, what do you make of this game? We've seen that the shorter version have been very, very explosive into these T20 games. What do you think this afternoon?
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for having me, Andy. It's always good to be here. Thank you, everybody watching from all over the world. I promise you, Andy, like you said, we've seen the shorter versions, the reduced overs, very explosive, like you said. People go all out because they know they need runs on board. It's not going to be short of that, but I want to see how Peter Howard goes about this attack. He's been spot on. The last 2 games, he's taken 3 in his first over. Then last game, he took another 2 vital wickets in that second over of his. And again, he's opted to take on the field as he won the toss. I want to see how he wants to reduce this explosive inning from the Northern Lions because they're coming out explosive. They're coming out.
Clearly, it's going to be 40 minutes of run of play. And for sure, we've seen Northern Lions looking like the favorites from the beginning of this tournament. And they found themselves in this situation. The Sharks, unexpectedly, like they say, any day they're playing, the rain comes down, and then the games are shortened, and then they win those games. They struggled earlier on, and they are in the finals. I remember Isaac Okwe saying, once I get through to the top 4, I will go through to the finals. And he's done that. But against Middlebelt this afternoon, it's going to be explosive. So if you're just joining us, not leaving out this 5 overs apiece side game, wait for the big one this same afternoon.
Yes, Andy. It's going to be a spectacle. We want to see those 6s like we see in the IPL. The bowling has definitely dominated, apart from these shorter versions of the game. And here we are. We're having some company here.
Some promise this afternoon, school kids from St. Gregory's College. It's just popping around to see proper cricket here. Reinventing the wheels again. You can say St. Gregory's College those days used to produce some fine cricketers, and they did produce a lot of amazing cricketers in my own generation, the Abraham Ashamus. Trust me, those guys played quality cricket those days with their coach there, Onikoye Ademola, recently appointed to help rebuild the process. Now it's going to really be interesting to see some excitement. The show is on, about to kick off here. It is that young man, Ifeanyi Ubo, that will be opening the bowling from the pavilion end of the TBS Cricket Oval. More action to come through.
The batters in there for the Northern Lions will be no other Elijah and Ozana Omokobio. We saw Ozana go big his last match.
Oh, good start straight away, inside out, but Fuda comes around that one. It will be a single. I can question myself a lot. If I look at this Northern Lions batting lineup, it's brittle, you can say. But I'll tell you what, Ridwan Karim is up there. Maybe Saturday Elijah. It's just been how many? Only 30 balls to come. You taking those risks. And the skipper himself, Sylvester Okpe. Swing and misses that one.
We can see the young bowler Ifeanyi Ubo racing back to his start, trying to get this over wrapped up as quickly as possible. Good shot there over the bowler, but only a single will be taken.
So AJ, I can say clearly, in a game like this where it's shortened, 30 balls, Sylvester Okpe should be parted at 3. I would say Ridwan Karim, go take a chance up front, because this is a game where you have to make those tough calls. But hopefully, let's hope that these decisions count for them. He goes big. No fielder around it. That will land save. The chase is on. Slow outfield. Yes, it goes. It's a boundary. The much needed one, and they get it.
Yeah, the ball won
Let's
that
hope
race.
that these decisions count for them. He goes big.
That ball.
No fielder around it.
Was there, and he does no mistakes. The ball wins the race. That was a good chase by that young man. The ball finally does that.
I think
4 runs.
looks like it's a smart decision to bowl first. However, you can't say the clouds are not really open for the sun to bang this grass, but we'll see a very slow outfield here today. But the power then comes into play, because I know some of these guys can really rock on that ball. We'll see a lot of willow on that round ladder.
And again, outside edge. Would get another boundary from there, flashing hard. Lots of width on offer. Batsman taking advantage of that. He's picked up that thick outside edge. Flies all the way to the boundary. Let's see that for a replay, Andy.
Look at that. He goes after it, try to slashes it. And he got a bit of bad on that one. That will go all the way. More and more the pressure now on the bowling side is Elijah Jimmy, who's done this damage. 1 delivery left, 10 runs on the board. This is what we talk about. The courage, the confidence. We saw that footwork from middle stump onto off stump, and the bowler trying to shy away and still went through. I think this is where You have to think why you come, but something just happened now. The ball went into the waters outside the boundary. I hope it's cleaned up and it's not so heavy, because that might also play an impact in this game.
Short, standing umpire. Ramona Delacon knows his onions. He's checked that ball. And he said it's fit to play. Play will go on. Last delivery. Jimmy goes big over the bowler.
Oh, this is a beauty of a shot. This is what you want to see. I don't know what you call that, but if you are not watching this, take a look again. He walks in line and tells you all lining up right over the bowler's end into the side screen. Just look at that shot again, right in the arc. And it tells that man, Jimmy, we keep calling that man Jimmy. We spoke about him a couple of years back. That man has got the ability. If he can just bat for 10 overs, he will be destructive.
Promising young man, Andy. You can see how he delivered that technically sound ball in the slot. Makes no mistakes. He's gotten much deserved and necessary boundaries for his team. Now brings Makobion Uzana.
If you don't know that name, look for it. Google it. Be told about it. His name is Jimmy Elijah Saturday. We found him at the under-17s. That's to tell you what the NCF pathway events have become. And this boy, I think, is ripe for this level and standard of play. A fearless cricketer. He's hungry for it, and he always wants it.
On our screen was that ball played by Jimmy is still being looked for. Let's have that again on replay. Beautiful, beautiful shot. It's gotten the height and it's gotten the distance as well. The man on the boundary could only watch.
AJ, you know what I like about that shot? It was very intentional. You can see the way he opened the face of the bat, wanting the maximum. This is a class act anywhere in the world. And that man, Jimmy, watch out for him in coming series. Well, just to remind us, that's the end of the first over, and it is 16 runs on the board. Now the pressure is on the Central Eagles. Peter Aho will have to do a lot of thinking here in terms of mixing things up.
Brilliant young man. You can say that again. Peter Aho has been magnificent on the field. Field set perfect, spot on. We've seen him bowl some really beautiful spells, taking major wickets, taking major oppositions' batting lineup, crashing through the attack and making them look really feeble. Let's see if he can replicate his performance. He knows how to deliver those short deliveries, rattle the top of the batters. He's come full this time, played straight to the man at covers. You can see him applauding that fielder. Very good pickup. Ifeanyi Bobby, that fielder, he's picked it up nicely, shy at the stumps. He's missing that stumps by whiskers. They get one run from it. Running fast between the wickets as well. It's good to see this matchup, Andy. The fielders trying their best to get the batters out. The batters know they need to score runs. If the boundaries ain't coming, you need to use your legs. And their leg they used got one run from that ball played directly to a fielder. Risky run, but they need it.
Disappointing. You can say that is slower delivery and straight to the fielder at backward of point. Jimmy Saturday would be disappointed in himself. He knows what quality and ability he's got. And you can see from the body language, it says it all. That man, Peter Aho, the skipper of Central Eagles, just slowing things down a bit and getting the required result. Hopefully this should hold them back. But I'll tell you what, they got 9 wickets left. They won't stop trying. They will keep going. And that's the attitude you need for this format. Unlucky Jimmy, he has to depart. after that big over.
Yeah, you can say that again, Andy, but I just talked about that young man, Peter Aho, got so much experience. He set Jimmy up perfectly. He did the same thing yesterday, getting that man to play that square cut and setting that field perfectly to take the catch. He's done it again today. We should give him some flowers. He's been a captain leading with the ball in hand, and he's not shying away from those duties. He's picked up the ball again today, and again he's picked up a vital wicket. Jimmy going after that explosive first over. Just one more ball in the power play to see this field expand and try to cover his boundaries. He's done well. Good comeback from that first over. Captain taking that responsibility, and he's done very well at it. 1 wicket down, 17 runs after 1.2 overs delivered.
Well, as suggested, the skipper himself, Okpe Sylvester, will come in to join the party.
Interesting matchup. The last time we had this matchup, the captain of the Northern Lions, Sylvester Okpe, and again goes, not wasting time at all. The fielder in the deep would stop that boundary. They get comfortable with 2 runs. Like I was saying, Peter Aho, in similar fashion, was played for a boundary by Okpe Sylvester, and he returned and bowled him a bloody bouncer that crashed into his helmet, breaking that helmet, giving him some concussion. But Braveheart, Sylvester Okpe, could continue that match, saw that match to the end, even with that blow to the head. A soldier mindset from this man. Again, this matchup, I hope he doesn't deliver that blow. I hope he has a good helmet on, because you need to protect your head. That's your temple. That's where all the thinking takes place.
Clearly, the intent was clear from the first delivery to Sylvester Okpe. The matchup clearly shows class act. That man has shown consistency. When we say, when we bat, you expect anything to happen. It's war front. We saw how he managed that first delivery. And clearly showing a class act there. The attitude, the mindset was stable. But the second delivery to Sylvester, the wide, and they'll be glad they ran that one. The pressure still up against the Central Eagles, 21 on the board after the end of the power play. Hosanna. He goes big this time. Is he going all the distance? Yes, it is straight into the waters outside the inner ring, outside the boundary ropes. What a shot. That man, where is he from? This boy is now a man. You said divide them and separate them, and that man is back to the show. This is what you want to see if you're missing the games. Here at the TBS Wicket Over, you are missing something big, but you can log on to the YouTube page of the Nigerian Cricket Federation and follow action later. And this is sweet. In the arc, and would go all the way. The few that there can only watch.
Or dislodged with some disdain into that puddle of water. And the umpires making sure that ball is fit to continue play. And Hosanna not shying away from responsibilities. He's gone big. He's gotten the height, gotten the distance. Young man. Under 19 Nigerian side. It's good to see these young talents come out and express themselves. He's done that very well. Ball in the slot. Gets maximum from that. The runs keep coming. I'm sure Peter Aho would think. He's gone again big. Has he gotten the distance this time? He's been dropped. Oh no.
Not acceptable. You can't do that to a bowler that have just been hit out of the park. He's worked so hard to get to where you are. And look at that delivery again. This time, that didn't get to him. And he still extended his arms, but created the opportunity. Unfortunately, he has to wait another time.
Lucky Ozana went to fetch that from far outside off, almost that wide margin. You see the desperation. He shouldn't go desperate. He should just play within his limits. Went too far out. Was lucky to have been dropped. An unlucky Peter. And again, Peter employing that short delivery. It's in the air.
This time he departs.
And it's taken.
This time he departs. Didn't really get hold of that. Didn't have that weapon. And this is where bowlers have to think. When you don't have the armory to face short pitch delivery, you have to know who you're bowling it to. It's Ozana who departs now. But he's done a quick damage to that bowling. 29 for 2 wickets. After 2 overs.
Andy, I told you about that young man, Peter. Oh, he has so many tricks in his bags. He's been played. He was attacked. He came back. He's gotten 2 wickets again from that over, like he did yesterday. He got 3 in another match in his first over. Always having that way of, taking care of that top order, serious top order batters. He's gotten Jimmy. He's gotten Ozana. Now we have 2 new batters in the crease. And you know what that tells us? Run rate drops. I hope they can pick it up from where those 2 left, because they clearly were aggressive. It's 29 for 2 in just 2 overs bowled.
Projected is 73. Hopefully we can get more of this as long as Okpe Sylvester is still batting. But this time, that man with Jesse, number 99. Adebayo Samson, beautiful delivery start up. And the wicket keeper is jogging up, which is the smartest thing to do at this moment. More and more runs you expect from here. Adebayo being tested against quality opposition here. Akere Isesele and Sylvester Okpe, these 2 can bat. You know it. And if you are just joining off, again, plays and misses that one. Decent line testing. Sylvester, 2 dot balls already. No time for this. It's the Super League and the 3rd, 4th place match here. It's a 5 overs a side game. After rain disrupted more than half of today's playtime, the PCT team have managed to ensure this game goes in. Great work by the ground staff. He gets his man and celebration begins. Beautiful moments, disappointing. Sylvester Okpe knows it. He departs without scoring. You can't take that away, and that's real class bowling. He's looking to cut every time the ball is close to his body. What is wrong with it? Back and across, back foot shots into the offside gap. Look at that delivery again.
Andy, I was going to tell you about this young man. Oh, he's gotten wickets like this for his team, vital wickets. What he does is off-cutters. Adebayo is a known wicket taker, partnership breaker for his side. The Eagles, the Central Eagles, and he's done it again today. He's gotten most vital wicket.
Again, reading the game is important here. Maybe Sylvester Okpe would have missed out on that one. He's played the first one too close to his body. The second one close to his body. He misses out on it. Again, this time around on the off-stump line, but slightly far. So that decision on cutting or going on the back foot and presenting a straight bat, full face bat, you always get a chance there because, look, he's not really digging it deep, hitting the deck so hard, but he's getting that lift and just slight movement. And you can see that was why he dragged that one, because again, he was trying to cut onto his wicket. Look at that opportunity almost again. See what happened there. Karim Ridwan trying to create room again. We will see that on the replay. I would have thought you walk right across it and play that presenter. Look at that again.
And the ball definitely choking him. And lucky Sesele, a direct hit by Adebayo would have found Sesele Akere wanting and shot off his ground. Lucky, you can see Samson is a fighter. No wonder Peter Aho calls on him onto these duties, and he's done very well. Picked up 2 dot balls on the wicket, 1 run in the process.
That's the shot I was talking about. Now
And
this
again.
time he walked across it and presented that straight bat.
Yeah, well
Once-
played.
Once you're able to see and know what the bowler is doing, then you give yourself a chance to play proper cricket. Just look at that footwork right there and presented that straight bat. Rather than try to go back and cut that one, you always drag it onto the wicket.
Yeah, they say you don't cut a ball so close. They say too close for comfort. You need to have that width on offer to play cut shot properly. Adebayo bowling an extra white ball declared by that umpire, standing umpire Ramon Adelakun.
You see what has happened there? Because he now sees his Cecily moved right across, then he wants to go wider off the stump, and that error comes. So you need to work on the bowler's mind when you bat. And that's something our batters have to think about every time. Same as the bowlers. Let's see this line again. Much better. See, backing away to play that one.
And again, so close. That's off stump. That 4th stump line has been exploited by Adebayo.
The worry for me is to see these cricketers, Karim so much, Ridwan so much experienced batter, backing away from that one. He's got the ability to walk right across and take the leg side option, but he hasn't done that on this occasion, and they have to be careful. The wickets we've seen, the last wicket was backing away or trying to cut too close, and this brings us to the end of the 3rd over, and it's 32 for the loss of 3 crucial wickets, we can say, into the last 12 deliveries of this innings.
Very good over there by that young man Adebayo. And again, Captain Peter Aho doing what he does best. A marshal on the field, a general. Sets that field very well. Has all the options, bowling options, and uses them very well as well. We've seen him win low total games with this bowling attack. They've scored less than 100 a couple of times, and they were able to defend it. Brilliant. I'm sure he'll be calling on no other than that young man, Akachuku Chima. I'm guessing. And Akachuku, you can see, trying to set his field. Another wicket taker. But no, it's not going to be Akachuku. It's going to be that man in number 8 jersey. So now Peter has turned to his slow bowlers. Emmanuel Oche Boniface has been called on. He's going to be bowling from that cut of appeal end. Going to be bowling some spin. And Akere Sesele will be facing his first delivery. Ably joined in the middle by Karim Ridwan.
I seem not to understand it. Why are we trying to cut the ball so close? You know, if it's not working, if the pitch is not coming through, you need to change your approach. The mind presence needs to be there. Let's look at that delivery. Misses everything.
Yes, they should exploit that arc. We say play into the V, ball in the slot. The ball so close on that off stump line. And look at that again. Jittery moments. Afforded Akere the opportunity to be at the non-striker side. The leg by there declared.
Just a single from that one. These batters need to learn to move both ways of the crease. Against the spinner, you have to make him think. Either you want to come forward, or you want to rock back deep in your crease, or you want to go across. There has to be that foot movement around the crease. If you stay flat-footed, you will not be able to move. And something worries me here. Maybe the stands are too open, so they can't really get that movement right. Because you see, when it's pitched far away from the batters, they struggle to reach it. He wants a second. He gets it. And what is happening? No communication whatsoever. The bowler is disappointed. The wicketkeeper is disappointed. It's a brilliant running by Hakere.
They have to do that. And they need to run between the wickets. They've gotten some vital boundaries. But to put a total that is formidable on that scoreboard, you need to do everything in your power. Running between wickets is one of that.
What you want to do is make sure it's 10 and over. That gives you a chance. Anything below 50, then you're not there.
Akere walking across and just finding that man in the deep.
And look at that ball. Look at that delivery again. If you will show it, look at that delivery again and see the footwork onto the offside that I'm talking about. Then you make the bowler think what to do next. And this is how you manage to play against spinner in an attacking situation. It's brilliant to see.
Definitely, you're very correct. And another close shave there. That ball on the off stump, not applying the right technique, Mr. Ridwan Karim. You should be going back and across and trying to play that single into the V. Just not with power, but they've not done that, and they clearly sees that technical deficiency. It could be worked on. They're young, they're versatile, they have plenty of learning to do. Cricket is, you don't stop learning. And it brings us to the end of the fourth over. It's 37 for 3.
Well, I've seen these guys bat. I know they've got the techniques and abilities. The only concern now, the confidence could be lacking at this moment, but you will see how others will also do it. So when you're not in form, you kind of like find it very difficult to maneuver and bat against spin. But so far, this is not the first time we've seen Ridwan in this situation. He can really hit the ball miles and he can bat. We've also seen Akere Isesele. But let's see how this last over goes. Projected score is 46 and they're sitting on 9 and over at the moment. If they can just push it to that 50 mark, it will be good to have. And we'll have a strong game in our hands.
Very correct, Andy. You want to see Chima take on this last over. Another wicket taker for this Central Eagles team. He's done very well for them. Akere is not having any of that. He's gone big and he's gotten maximum. He walks outside that off stump, like you say, and he's picked that ball up so neatly coming out the middle of the bat. See that on replay, Andy.
I'll tell you one thing. I've seen this man. He's done this several times. He's got the ability. I watched him in that series in Rwanda, Nigeria versus Ghana. Ghana thought they had it lulled, needing 34 runs. Akere tore the Ghanaian bowlers apart, got 19 from that penultimate over. He goes again, this time on the offside, and he gets a maximum. Akere is the man to look out for. He's got 12 from 2. How much more will he get? We were talking about 50, but looks like we're going to see 60-something, and then this game becomes a show to watch. Just look at that again. This time, outside the off stump, he walks again, and he tells you, I've got the ability to go over long off. A very difficult shot to play. It's Akere Isesele's day, you can say that.
Brilliant young man. He showed the stuff he's made of. Nigerian under 19. Like he's also come through that pathway, that player pathway by the NCF. And it's good to see him exhibit and show. Has come out again. He's stopped edge it. He won't fight the boundary now, but gets vital runs. 2 from there.
AJ, I'm so impressed with this young man. You can see how his mind is playing with the bowler. He walks across first one. The second one, he comes across. The third one, you can see, comes down the wicket. And of course, Chima thought it. He banged this shot. He was just lucky that the fielder needed to protect him there. He would have been 16 already from three deliveries. But it is 12-14 from 3 deliveries. Let's see, into the 4th delivery. And they will run anything.
Akere. And they get 1 run from there. Leg by declared by the umpire, Ramon Adelakun. What a spectacle to behold. This last over from Chima Kachuku has been dismantled. It looks like a phone number to me. Looks like Andy's number is 662, not Chima having to go through this. Akere going big again as he got in the distance. He would get more runs if Ayubo trying to stop that. You can see body language. He gets 4 from there. Akere doing beautifully well this last over. Look at that, Andy.
Beauty of a shot. One more. 6, 6, 4, 1, 4.
What an over.
19 already from it into the last delivery of this innings. This is very good to see. He goes this time. What a shot. Class art. Attitude. Attitude, you can say this. And I told you about Karim Ridwan. He can also bat. It's just disappointing those dot balls have gone. It would have been an amazing show here of about 70 or 80, we can say, from those dot balls. 60 for 3 after 5 overs. It is Central Eagles that would chase 61 to win this game.
Oh, what a shot from Karim. I was played with some disdain. Flashed at it hard. Got that deserved 4 runs from it. It's Northern Lions 60 for 3 after just 5 overs. And the Central Eagles would have to come and just look at that for a replay. We should enjoy this. Watching from all over the world. Enjoy the batting of the Northern Lions.
umpires take the field for this real encounter. Umpire Rabona Delacun and Wale Adekoya. It is 61 required from 5 overs. The match summary there so far: Northern Lions, Akere Isesele 18 of 9 deliveries, Elijah Jimmy 15 of 5, and Hosanna 10 of 6 were the real showmen of that first innings. Peter Hall 2 for 13 from 1, Adebayo Samson 1 for 3, Ifeanyi Ubo none, went for 16 from 1 over. As the Northern Lions take the field, Central Eagles need 61 runs in just 30 deliveries. This is going to be a matchup, and interesting to see how these batters are going to maneuver this. But I'll tell you one thing for sure: you never say never until it is over. And just to read the things out, they've got that man Ayoku Karim on the side. Chima Akachuku also can be aggressive. Emmanuel Boniface. And just looking through that lineup, Ifeanyi Ubo can also bat. For sure, this is not when to have Isari Peter bat, because it's just 5 overs. Wariz Aziz is a lean team. I'm sure it's an opportunity again for someone to raise their hands and be counted. While the big ones are getting set, Sharks getting set for the big showdown against the Middlebelt Tigers. And don't leave your screen, and keep your phones and your TVs glued to the Nigerian Cricket Federation YouTube page. And that's where the action is coming from. Current run rate required would be 12 and over to win this one. Hopefully, we will see a big surprise here in that negotiation and discussion by Sylvester Okpe. I don't know what to get that for. It's wrong.
And the man on your screen to start proceedings in the second inning would be that man, Ukasha, number 55. Has been given that responsibility. And the batters in the crease would be Chima Akachuku and Mohamed Moshood. Chima, also a very, very aggressive batsman. On his day, can tear any attack apart. Seen him do that for this Central Eagles team. A reminder again, the Central Eagles losing 3 of their players to exams. They've managed to come and fight all the way to this 3rd place match. Their hands are up to be counted. And the first ball goes for a duck. Ukasha treading that line, that thin line outside of stump, just around that wide margin. It's obvious what he's trying to do. Pick up the dot balls, Andy. And the dot ball, he starts with Chima swinging and missing. You want to move those legs better than you did. And now he's gotten the leg to it. Wide ball delivered.
And that movement, good to see it laterally of the wicket. Just look at that again. Plenty of movement there. Wow. He followed that one all the way. Chima will be looking to be aggressive here. They know it. The pressure is on and anything is possible out here.
And the edge, Ukacha, with that movement you talked about, has gotten Chima, lured him in, and Chima falling for that bait, is gone, fetched it, and gotten a nick to the wicketkeeper. Wicketkeeper makes no mistakes, cops it, and Chima departs for a duck after facing just one leg out delivery. Look at that again for some movement to Kasha, out swinging the ball, and just dabs that to the keeper.
So I keep saying, if you play proper cricket shot early on, That would have been one run in front of the wicket rather than try to dab it through the slip cordon, because the movement is there. You won't get it early on. This is the second ball you're facing. Disappointing for Akachuku Chima. That man has got the potential to have gone all the way. But again, let's see how things continue here. It's Peter Aho, the captain himself, who has to stroll in. Central Eagles missing that man, Selim Salah.
No saying that, Andy. A mainstay in their first match got that heavy total, 83 runs. And again, Okacha moving that ball beyond playable margin. Now, umpire Ramon Adelakun has declared a white ball. Like I was saying, they definitely missing that young man. Opening batter. Let's put them in this crisis. But they fought. And again, another wide delivery by Ukasha. Not quite controlling that new ball. He's gotten luck with it. Taking Chima, Akachuku. I think he should be bowling that fourth stump line and letting that ball leave the batter while they're trying to cut rather than punch the ball into the V. He'll be more successful if he changes the line. He's bowling at, he should bowl at the fourth stump. And you can see the result from there, like he was listening to me. He's bowled on that fourth stump line, a wild swing from Peter. Ball too close as the difficult line, like we call it when we were young. We remind you to go back and bowl that difficult ball. It's short of a length on that off stump, moving. Peter going big would find the captain, Sylvester Okwe, take a single from there. Ukasha claiming to be expensive. He's delivered 3 wild deliveries. There's 4 runs on the board for the loss of 1 wicket after just 4 deliveries.
Disappointing. It is Mohamed Moshood who departs without scoring. Again, I'm trying to understand that stance, open eye stance, and then you're walking open chested towards the ball. You will certainly lose balance in times before or just before execution. Your body, just look at that again. Open stance, and then he comes down the wicket with that open chest for a ball moving away from you. And then he didn't follow through the line of the delivery. He played that one inside out, and that man, Karim Ridwan, celebrates that simple catch.
Movement again, getting the better of the batter. Couldn't undo that. Miscued it. A dolly of a catch. Well taken by Ridwan Karim. And this brings in Emmanuel Oche into the crease. And he's done something cheeky there. Some fine creativity there. Scooping that ball. That ball will go all the way for a deserved boundary. Emmanuel Oche Boniface. You can see that again on replay. Very creative scoop, like some Duchamp scoop. Telikaratni Duchamp. He's employed that and he's gotten it spot on. Scoop that, brilliant. Good to see. The ball finds the boundary ropes for a 4. It's end of that first over. Took a while to finish bowling. Mr. Ukasha, sorry. It's 8 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. 2 wickets going for no runs. In the name of Akachuku Chima and Moshood Mohammed. They'll be disappointed.
Just 5 runs away from the required run rate. Always at this stage, I always like to look at the runs on board, because you have 9 wickets in hand, now 8 wickets in hand. You can take chances whatsoever. You can try something new. Give yourself a chance. It's just 30 balls, and you might just be well enough. But it's going to be really, really hard work. For every dot ball bowled by Becky, there will be more trouble for Peter Harrell's side. He knows it. He can't play short ball deliveries. Don't bowl him fuller length. Make sure he doesn't sit under that ball. And this will continue to see. Wide delivery. And that's the one above the shoulder. The umpire Wale Adekoya signaling that correctly.
Peter's keeping out of his crease. Getting one run from that. Couldn't really get a hold of it, squeezing it out. Gives that creative young man another opportunity and making runs. Emmanuel Oche Boniface. Can you imagine that? Becky into the block hole. Oche didn't really know what he was thinking about. Just opened up, chest on in front of his wicket. Swinging and missing. And it stumps. This man too, look at this for a replay. Look really scattered. I don't know this technique. You can't face the bowler, has missed it. And it's been bowled. Not good to see.
I tell you, if you could just hit that one straight past the bowler in the V, that was full enough to give him a boundary. And that's something the batters need to think about. It doesn't matter. Proper cricket shot can still give you value for money. And you see the way Akere essentially managed that over. He played every shot that was bowled to him. Those lofted drives, those balls were well in. Ubo Ifeanyi now, it is 10 for 3, 1.2 overs bowled. In the last delivery of the power play. Wide delivery, Wale Adekoya believes that one is an ace.
Becky trying to sort this batter out. Ifeanyi ball, the new batter in the crease. You should take the ball to him. He's taking the ball away from him. Got in a wide delivery. And another ball there. This time, better line by Becky. Still has those movements. End of power play signal. Look at the movement from Becky. Andy. See that? It's beautiful. And if I'm not reading that swing, just gone, swing and missed it. It's end of power play. If I'm struggling to get off the mark.
Really difficult times here for Central Eagles. I think they've done well to be in this situation. Would have been interesting to see how competitive they could become with Selim. Unfortunately, this is what it is, and they have to fight through this one.
And not just Selim, we have them losing that young man as well.
Straight to the fielder. Still just trying to bowl full and straight. Becky.
They missed, Andy, they missed out on Prosper Hossaini's bowling as well. In their fielding inning. So two of their stronghold players be missing. But they still try and put in a fight. Ifeanyi ball getting a bat to ball this time. The race is on. Boundary rider. Selim making sure that ball doesn't roll over that rope for 4. They get 2 runs from that. 5 deliveries done and dusted in this over. Becky going for his last delivery. It's been economical so far. No boundaries from this over. He's managed to get a wicket in his spell. Ifeanyi again skipping out of his crease. Becky doing what he knows how to do best. He's bowled him. You skip out of your crease, keeping your eyes on the ball. And again, Becky, you can see him chopping knuckles with the captain of the opposition. Captain seeing that beautiful delivery. And see if I skipped out of his crease just to miss the line of the ball off stump. Dislodged. And in comes Karim Ayoku. And there's no gainsaying. He's coming to throw his bat. He should look at the ball. On his day, he can hit the ball miles away. But he needs to do it now.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if it's too early to call this a dead rubber. 13 for 4. It's 48 runs required from 18 balls. In the mathematical format of cricket, it's very possible. The question is, do they have the players to deliver this? I think with Sylvester Okpe taking the ball, it's always going to be very, very difficult to come by because he will give you no quarters. He goes big in the air, but will he be safe? Yes, drop just before the fielder. And they will get a couple. Ahol didn't really get hold of that one. He would have loved it to go all the way. He goes big and straight to the fielder. It's taken. Brilliant catch. Isesele smiles, knows he has done it. I spoke about that man, Sylvester Okpe, a wicket taker anytime, any day. And now brings the total to 14 for 5. The Central Eagles looking buried and dead already.
Look at his foot movement. Not there. You want to get maximum energy behind the ball, and your leg has to be part of that technical. Foot just planted on the middle stump, ball played outside off stump. Didn't really get that venom needed to take it over the rope, and it's been caught on the boundary ropes by Cecily. Very easy catch.
Again, let's talk about, let's take a step back and see how these innings have progressed. You've seen 14 balls bowled, right? We haven't seen anyone trying to knock the ball around because you've got 30 deliveries, right? 30 deliveries means you have to try and get as many singles as possible and look for those 2 boundaries and over. But we probably think that they have to try and smash everything out of the ropes. Look at that again. It's going really hard again, straight to the fielder. No singles, no plan. This clearly ability not there. But when we saw how the Northern Lions build their game into that last over, he goes big in the air. Who wants it? Sylvester himself. He gets another. And the wickets just keep falling. The 6th one.
Andy, if you want, you can call this a dead rubber now. Top order has been decimated. Now, Sylvester is running into the tail. Look at that again. He's top edge it. Ball getting that height. No distance at all. Sylvester taking his catch by himself. Bowled and caught by Sylvester. Like Andy said, the very difficult customer to come by. Sylvester Okwe picks up the ball. He's picked up 2 wickets, 2 vital wickets. Abdul Rashid Okpayemi to the rescue. This is an uphill task. He needs 47 runs off 14 deliveries. Clearly not the way to go about it. Peter picking up another vital dot ball. Just 1 run scored from this over. Peter very, very economical considering the fact that he's bowling into the tail. Okpayemi squeezes one. and would find Ukasha. He gets 2 from there. He needs more than that. It's 2.5 overs delivered. Oh, it's end of that over by the captain, Sylvester. And look at that catch again. Easy, easy. Akere. And this one, calm and collected, takes his own catch. Brilliance. Brings us to the end of the third over. 16 for 6. This wasn't what we expected. This is what we have here, the TBS. The Northern Lions gradually, slowly taking this game away. It's just 12 more deliveries to go. And the bowling of Iweka Ogbemudia would be required, probably to just clean up the tail. Another young star known for his economy and his partnership breaking deliveries. Iweka Ogbemudia also knows how to use that short delivery to rattle batters. A short man in all respect. Slower delivery to start. Peter Aho, making no mistakes, picks that up very easily and gets a single from it. Abdul Rashid Opeyemi not looking like he wants to play big shots. Iweka beating him, beating the outside of his bat, outside of stump, and again does that. Doesn't look like a man that is going to be aggressive. His body language says it all. You need sixes, you need to trade in boundaries. This form doesn't look like wants to play that 4 or that 6. And again, Iweka getting the better of him, just beating outside edge of his bat. Iweka racing back to his spot. Picked vital dot balls. Just one run of these Iweka's over. And you can see the frustration on the other side. Peter Aho just having to stand and look at this performance from Rashid Opeyemi. Opeyemi trying to run out of his crease. Being sent back by Peter. Body language says it all. Ogbemudia Iweka has bowled very well. No wonder the captain scored onto him to do this. He's picked up 4 dot balls. This is not what we expected to see. This is what we have. Bowling completely dominating this batting lineup of the Central Eagles. Opeyemi, another swing and miss, brings us to the end of the 4th over. And only 17 runs have been managed. A loss of 6 wickets. Central Eagles all over the place. And the Northern Lions completely dominating. Proceedings here at the Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket over. superior batting, superior bowling. And to bowl the final over, no other than that man that gave us that explosive last over of the first inning, Akere Sesele. Brilliant batting. Now he's been given the ball to wrap things up in this fifth over. Peter striking that ball so hard, no man move before the fielders could even say Jack Robinson. That ball is past that boundary rope. You can see why he'd be frustrated. Yeah, look at that again for a replay. Flashed hard, and you can see the intent there. A whole lot different from what we saw the last over from the dot balls by Abdul Rashid Okoyemi, captain, showing him this is what is expected, but too late, I must say. French cut. Oh no, he squeezed that one, Peter, and they run 2 desperate runs. Really, you need 40 runs of 4 deliveries now. Oh, sorry, 38 of 4 deliveries now. And again, captain going big, would get no, says that boundary rider, and Wu, no other but Sylvester Okpe to stop that boundary. Look at that again, Peters squeezing that inside out, but captain says no. Brilliant young man, Sylvester Okpe. Has worked very hard to get here. Nakere has gone big. There's somebody under it. Karim Ridwan is taking the catch. Peter Hall, the only man to go double figures for the Central Eagles. The man that led them into this competition is owed out around that deep mid-wicket area. Look at that again for a replay. Powered that ball towards that mid-wicket area, but waiting there. Owes out. Karim Ridwan is taking that wicket. It is safe to say that this game is done and dusted. The exit of Captain Peter Hawes brought in a young man, Oladejo Emmanuel. Just to see how these 2 deliveries, it's 36 needed of 2 deliveries, impossible to come across. Oladejo will just manage 2 deliveries. Oladejo going big as well. Would he go all the way? Would he get? No! This is so wicked, denying that boundary again. Have a look at that. Just when I thought the ball was going to go for the boundary, even with his slip, he still gets a hand on it, making sure it doesn't get to the boundary. Brilliant fielding there by that youngster. Last ball of this encounter. Oladejo putting back to it, but not convincing. Brings us to the end of this encounter between the Central Eagles and the Northern Lions. You can see the celebrations on your screen. Northern Lions be victorious with 33 runs. They win with that big margin, 33 runs. And they become the winners of this 3rd place match. And you can see excitement. You can see how happy they are. They win by 32 runs. Brings us to the end of this encounter. You can see this match summary on your screens. Northern Lions 60 for 3. Leading that is Sesele Akere, 18 of 9 deliveries. Jimmy Elijah, 15 of 5 deliveries. Blastering. Ozana Mokobio, also double figures, 10 of 6 deliveries. The bowling of Peter Hall could only take 2 out of this batting lineup for 13 runs in just 1 over delivered. Samson Adebayo struggled, got 1 wicket for 3 runs in just 1 over bowled define ball. Couldn't get any, was dismantled that over for 16 runs. Central Eagles could only manage 28 runs for the loss of 7 wickets. Peter Hall, the only surviving, the only man making it into double figures, 12 of 9 deliveries. The bowling says it all. Ukasha, 2 for 8 in just 1. Becky taking 2 for 5 in 1 over delivered. And Sylvester Okwe coming to clean up, taking also 2 for 3. Very brilliant bowling. Northern Lions win by 32 runs. Thank you. Shortly, we'll be joined. Please stay tuned for the post-match presentations.